Hey guys, what's up? We are back with another video today, and today I am doing my Bears mock draft April edition as the draft is less than a month away now. And I want to thank you guys as always. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below, like this video if you enjoy it, comment all your thoughts and opinions down below. I want to hear your thoughts. Who you think the Bears will draft? What do you think is going to go on as we are now less than a month away from the NFL draft? I want to thank you guys for getting my last video to a 1,200 views. It was a great joy in having that. It is now my officially most popular video that isn't a live stream, because obviously those live streams did a lot better and had tens of thousands of views. But now a Packers mock draft is not my top mock draft, so I am glad about that as a Bears fan. So as always, make sure you like that button down below. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and help me reach 500 subscribers for the end of the draft. Let's see if we can get there. So let's start off with pick number 39. I didn't find any good trades in this draft, so this draft isn't going to have any trades in it. But it is going to have some surprising picks, hopefully. So with pick number 39, I have the Bears selecting Devonte Wyatt, the defensive tackle out of Georgia. The reason why I like Devonte Wyatt with this pick is he fits that Matt Eberflus defense perfectly. I think that this pick just really exudes what you want in Matt Eberflus's hits philosophy. If you want to look that up, I don't know the acronym specifically for it, but it's just talking a lot about hustle, a lot about integrity and motivation and stuff like that. And I think that's what Devonte Wyatt does. And also, he obviously brings in the position of need that you try to get with Larry Ogunjobi. Obviously, you didn't get that, and now you have Justin Jones and Khyiris Tonga as your three techniques. But Khyiris Tonga really isn't a great three technique player. He's more of a nose tackle, one technique type of guy. He's more of a nose tackle than he is a defensive tackle in a 4-3 scheme compared to a nose tackle in a 3-4 scheme. So I think that Devonte Wyatt fits this mold perfectly. Like the only other player in the draft that would fit the mold better would be his other partner in crime, and that would be Travon Walker, who's going to go probably in the top 10 at this point. But I still like Wyatt is not a bad player, and I don't know why he's being so overlooked. And to be honest, if he actually does fall to 39 and the Bears don't take him, I'd be very upset with that. I was very happy that Wyatt fell to that spot all the way at 39. Heading to number 48, even though defensive tackle wasn't like a major position of need, I think it is a position of need enough because you just have a star player and you're going best player available there. But you do need to address some positions of need, and the biggest position of need right now, in my opinion, is the wide receiver core that lacks really anyone outside of Darnell Mooney and Byron Pringle as solidified guys. And I'm not counting Equanimeous St. Brown just because he's too unreliable. He only has like a 60% catch rate. In the NFL, it's more towards 80-90%. You don't see that. You can't have that as an NFL wide receiver. So you have to have more reliable options, and this is where a more reliable option could be Christian Watson, the wide receiver out of North Dakota State. This guy has been flying boards, and I know that he doesn't really fit the Luke Getsy all the way small, fast wide receivers like Byron Pringle and Darnell Mooney, but I think he fits that mold that Equanimeous St. Brown fills as the tall, still extremely fast wide receiver, because I think Christian Watson, I may be wrong on this, but I think he ran a 4.38 at the combine, and 4.3 is still great. You don't need to be a small guy to run a 4.3, so he did that. So I think that he's an extremely valuable draft pick at number 48, and a good draft pick because I think that he, to be honest, at the end of this whole process could be a first rounder. At number 71, I was really shocked that he was here, but another great value pick. At number 71, I have the Bears addressing the left tackle position with Nicholas Pete Frias. No idea how to say that name. I'm sorry. I'm sure that one of you guys will correct me in the comment section down below, but I'm sorry. I have no idea how to say that name, but he is an extremely good left tackle, and I think that he's probably the best left tackle that's kind of being underlooked right now. Obviously, falling to the third round, I thought he would be a early second round, maybe late first round pick, but if he's fallen to the early third round, I will scoop him up real easily. This is a big time pickup. It's exactly what you're looking for if you're the Bears. Because my ideal mindset, I don't think that the current regime agrees with me. But what my current lineup, I would like to be Nicholas at left tackle, Cody Whitehair at left guard. You have Lucas Patrick at center. You have Tevin Jenkins at right guard and Larry Borom at right tackle. The reason why I put Jenkins at guard rather than tackle is he's a physical player, and that's exactly what you're looking for from the Matt Eberflus team. But then you also have him. He has the shorter arms compared to Larry Borom, and I think Larry Borom played well last year. I don't think that Ryan Poles regime exactly agrees. I think that he's more lower down on their pecking order, and I think that they're looking to replace him more than Tevin Jenkins. It seems to be that they like Tevin Jenkins, but not so much Larry Borom, even though I do like Larry Borom. What he showed last year, for being a fifth-round rookie, was quite impressive. Heading on to pick 148 in the fifth round, I have the Bears continuing to select some more speed options here with the speediest wide receiver in this year's draft class, Tyquan Thornton, the wide receiver out of Baylor. Man, he was blazing. He technically had the unofficial 40-yard time, but after it was official, I think he fell to a 4.28 rather than a 4.21. But still an extremely, extremely fast player. And this is exactly what you're looking for in the Luke Getsy offense. Another fast wide receiver. Keep speed is exactly what you're looking for. And I think that just the ability to draft a speed guy in these later rounds is a good thing. And then go from there. Draft a speed guy and then develop him from there, even if he isn't as raw. But I'm sure Scotty B will leave a comment here in the comment section about Tyquan Thornton and his abilities, which have really been exuded in the past couple of seasons. At pick 150, 2 picks later, I have the Bears selecting Mikael Wright, the cornerback out of Oregon. I'm sorry if I said that first name wrong. But he's a solid player, and why not grab another Oregon cornerback? I think that was probably the biggest position in need that I had not addressed earlier because I didn't address it in my first 3 picks or even my fourth one. But it wasn't the right spot, I feel like. And there wasn't really anybody particularly available other than at 39 where Roger McCreary was available. But Devonte Wyatt is so much better of a player in my opinion. Wyatt, I think, is a mid-first round value. He may not go there just because you have Davis and Walker and Leal and all of those players, even Perrion Winfrey from Oklahoma, that could possibly go ahead of him. I think he's the third best guy, and he's the best 3 technique out of Trayvon Walker in this class. But still being, you could use cornerback depth, always could, and I think that this is a good pick, whether that's to play nickel this season or to just back up and play practice squad. I think that it's a good pick at the end of at the beginning of the 5th round. Heading on to pick 187 or 186, the final pick in the Chicago Bears draft, and my final pick in this mock draft with no trades. I had them selecting Zakoby McClain, the linebacker out of Auburn. I really liked him because he seemed to be a little bit more rangy in what I've seen of him, and I do think that it's a good idea to continue with these rangy linebackers like Morrow and Smith, Roquan Smith, obviously. And you kind of need to add a little bit of depth to this linebacking core, as it does very much lack depth with no Danny Trevathan. There is no depth on this team, so you definitely need to draft at least, I think, in my opinion, another linebacker. And I think that McClain is a really good value, especially in the 6th round. So I like that pickup there. So that's all for today's video. Make sure that you watch out for other videos by hitting that notification bell. Whether you're subscribed or not, make sure you hit that notification bell because we will be letting you know any new coming videos, because we're going to have a lot of content out and probably a lot more Bears mock drafts since they're doing so well. As always, have a great day. Bye.